Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. So, today I'll be continuing with the import module of NumPy and Pandas. So, we have just have seen some basic methods of using NumPy and Pandas. Now, we will be working on the same, but using some different methods and different mathematical functions and statistics and so on. So here I have taken very simple method of using NumPy using mathematical function that is sine wave. Okay, we can change it to sine, cos, cosec, any module we can show here. I have, you can just see in the picture given, this is the waveform presented in the graph using a mathematical function here. Okay, so what I have done first is imported a matplotlib dot pyplot. So I have told already in a previous video, that is matplotlib is a mathematical plotting library function with the plotting of the graphs. Okay, for that we it is required to use as matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So why we have used as plt? Because we want to use this name in a shortcut method, that is plt. So in further module also we will be accessing this method, but we can't always type the lengthy name of this. Instead of that, we can make it shortcut, that is plt. Similarly, I have taken import numpy as np. If you don't want any shortcut, then you can use the lengthiest name also, but it is always in the practice of using shortcuts. Okay, now what I have done is plt.style.use. So what does it mean, style? The style is taking a particular format for representing the graph. Okay, mpl hyphen gallery. So why I have used here? Because when I'm going to plot number of graphs in a particular axis, then it is necessary to maintain a particular format for it. So for that I need to give a style for it, and I'm going to use a mpl dot gallery. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take x, y, x2, y2. Okay. So these are new variables I have taken for different plotting of graphs. Now what I have done is NP. What is NP? That is NumPy. So when we use NumPy when we are working with the set of array variables, or the mm, when the count is more than the easiest way of counting, then we use a range of values which can be accessed in NP. Okay, and what I have taken is line space. Why we want the line space? Because we are taking different waves in a single axis, where we have to maintain a spacing between each and every graph here. Okay, for that what I have taken it, I have started with 0, then the second point is going to be at one spacing, that is 0 to 10 it is going to take, after that 10 to 100. So number of graphing plots, these are the point values. Okay, so in that it will be taking my graphing value. And then what I have done, I have taken a y where I want to plot a particular graph. So what I have done is 4 plus 1 into np dot sine of 2 into x. So what is this? Sine means the graphing which I want to represent, that is sine wave. So for that I have to mention sine, and 2 into x. What does it mean? Means 2 into x. Whatever the value I have taken here, that into 2. See, you can observe here, when positive and negative graphing is complete, then my one sine wave completes. So it is taking my the two plots here. So it is going to take from positive to negative. This is 1 plus 1, this is the 2 value into x. So whatever the value I have taken, that into 2 it is going to be, then it is a sine wave of it. So np dot sine and into 4 plus 1. Why 4 plus 1? Because this is the gap between each and every value here. If I just reduce one value also, then each graph of this will overlap on one another. You can just increase instead of 4 you can take 5, 6, 7 also. How much value you increase, that much the spacing or the gap between the graphs is done. If you reduce the value, then it comes closer to each other in the graph. So we have to maintain a particular gap or a size between this. Okay, for this it is required to maintain. Now what I have done, x square, x2 is my one more new variable where I'm going to take line spacing of second graphing. Okay, so first graphing it is taken here, and the second graphing I have taken line space of 0 to 10 and 25. So I have given the one second condition as 0 to 10 and 25 values. And third, I am going to take y2 is equal to 4 plus 1 np dot sine of 2 into x2. Okay, so the second value is, this is my third graphing. This is my second, this is third graphing of the graph. So it is mentioned similarly how much spacing is to be done, how many waves should be given at the set. Okay, now what I have to give is fig. Fig is the figure maintaining, and ax is the axis. So what axis means? Axis is the graphing of x-axis and y-axis. So we have to mention as axis is equal to plt dot subplots. Why we have to take subplots? Because we have to mention that all the number of graphs are representing in a single block. Okay, so for that we have to represent plt subplots. We are going to plot number of graphs in a particular value, so we need to divide the plotting in the same value, that is subplotting. Now what I'm going to do is x dot plot. So why x? Because I am going to represent inside the axis where we want which plotting. So x dot plot of x2. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to plot the graph of x2 in the first plot, that is x2 y2 plus 2.5. So 2.5 is the distance between each and every graphing here, and I want to represent the graph in the x format. You can observe here, first graphing is done in the format of cross. This is called as crossing. Okay, that method it is used. Then mark edge width with 2. So I want the width of a cross in the size of 2. I have to mention that. Similarly, what I have done, x plotting of second is x comma y. So this and this it is going to take x value of this and y value of this is going to be plotted. And you can observe here we have given the marking of the value should be in the cross, but at the second we have not mentioned any format, but we have given the size width of it. So what width we want, that is 2, and it is going to print me in the format of only sine wave. So it is in the simple sine wave of the graph. Next, what I have done, third plotting is x2 and y2, these two, and minus 2.5 means it is going to take me at the negative value of this, and it is going to represent in the circle. So you can observe all the values are in the format of circled value. Okay, and you can observe one more thing here, what it is done, you know, that is x2 comma y2, because it is going to plot my x2 value, that is this one line spacing, which is my simple sine wave. Above that it is going to represent it in the circle value. So you can observe here my values are represented first in the sine wave, above that it is used with the circle. This is how the graphing is done here. Now last what I have to do, this all plotting we have represented how we want, and I want to set this all into a particular limitation of it. So I have given the limit, that is it should start with 0 and it should with end with 8. But here we have taken scaling is done with 1 to 9. It is nothing but the index value of 0 to 8, and x ticks np dot arrange 1 to 10. So we want to arrange the values into 1 to 10. Similarly, y limitation is also 0 to 8, which is 1 to 9, and x ticks is arrange 1 to 10. Okay, so then I want to plot the complete graphing. This is how it is present here. Now we can observe one more thing. It is the one more method of using the matplotlib graph by using a stem method. You can observe here all the values are same, but plotting is done different. So this is the presentation of the graphing, that you can represent all the values in different methods, which can be more attractive or more easy to understand. In that method we can use different modules here. So now what I have done is, I have taken a stem method, which is going to be a straight line with the dotted points here. Okay, so what I have done similarly as above, I have taken a style for representing the grid, square grid here, and that is going to be my gallery method. Then x is equal to 0.5 into np dot arrange 8. So what is my last maximum size of value? That is 8. We have presented it here 1 to 7, that is nothing but 0 to 8. So that is 8. And what value I'm going to give is 0 0.5 into sorry, 0 0.5 plus np dot arrange of it. So it is going to take 0 0.5 point values graphing in the value, then it is going to add all the values. So y is my set of array values, that is 2.5, 3.5, and so on 7.6. Then I am going to represent the figure of the values, that is axis. Because see, these all are the different plotting of the graphs which are present in the complete one gallery, so it is necessary to represent, that is subplots. Okay, so x is going to plt dot subplots. Then x, which method we are going to use? That is stem method. So I'm going to represent x and y into the stem method. Then I'm going to give the final setting of the values. So x limit is 0 to 8. That is np dot arrange 1 to 8. Similarly, y limitation, that is arrange 1 to 8. So this is how the graphing is done. Then it is plotting the axis. Okay, this is the resulting of it. So now continuation of the same value, that is import numpy as np, import matplotlib as pyplot as plt. Now I have taken the style use of gallery itself. Then I have taken only one set of array values, that is y equal to np dot array of my point values I have taken. Then I want to figure the size, that is axis plot dot subplots, because number of values I'm going to plot in a single gallery box. Then the method which I have taken here is stairs, because the name itself represents it is in the format of staircase. So it is a stairs method where I'm going to plot y, and I'm going to give width of 2.5 for the all the value. As you increase the value, the width of the plotting of the staircase graphing is increased. Then finally I need to set this. So for that, x dot set of x limitation and y limitation from 0 to 8, and that is 1 to 8, it is going to finally represented here. Yes, so you can observe one more thing here. I have taken matplotlib and figure access subplots. So what I'm going to do here, I've not given any particular sequence of range. I am going to give the plots in different size, different place. So there is no particular sizing, or the length width is not presented here. We have taken a graph in the particular size, that is subplots of broken bar. So this is the method we have used, because all the graphs are independent of each other. They are in the broken format because they are not joined. And here you can observe I have taken set of values at 110 to 30. You can just observe the numbering I have given, that is 110 to 30, 150 to 10, 10 comma 9, and face colors. So for particular size of values I have given different colors, so that it can be very easy to understand which graphing is done with which values. Okay, so 110 to 30. So why I have given these values? Because you might have learned in the schools, that is we used to have graphs with positive axis and negative axis. So the 30 which will be close to 0, and you can just observe that is the positive and negative graphing, which it starts with the 30, and it is whenever it is going to be increasing, then it will takes up, or it is going in the negative format, it will come at the lower point. This is how the graphing is done actually. For that, it is taken like this. So face color of tab column blue. Then similarly I have taken another axis of 10, 50, 100, 20, 130, 10, which is going to take a little upper size, because see 110 to 30 is at the lower point, above that 10 to 50 will come. So it is 100 to 20 and 130 to 10. Even you can just observe by changing these values, whenever you change some set of values here, according to that the graphs will be moving left, right, or up or down. So I have taken standard values to represent the graph. Then face color I have taken, that is orange, then one is green and another is in red. So all the other values I have taken here. So orange is at the 10 to 50 positive format, 100 to 20 is in the midpoint, and 20 to 9 is in the red point. Okay, now what I'm going to give, I'm going to set all the values at the limitation. So 5 to 35, then second limitation 0 to 200. Then I'm going to set X label as second since start. So you can observe here, this is my X label, and I'm going to take the set Y trick. So this is the limitation of Y ticks, that is 15 to 30. And labels I'm going to give is bill and gym. So these are the bill and gym which are in the named with in the ytix value. Then I need grid true. What do you mean by grid? Grid is the lining which are given in the inside the axis. If you make it false, then the graphing will be completely blank white background. Okay, then I want to take annotation, that is going to give me the complete graphing plot of here. So now I'm going to take a race interrupted. So this is the race interrupted which I want to plot, enter it inside the graphing, and I want to give the size for this, that is 30 comma 24. Then the xy text, that is 0.8 to 0.9. Annotation here, the annotate represents the arrow mark which I have taken here. So that size I have given 30 to 24. If I just according to the size, it is representing at the orange. If we reduce the value, and the arrow mark starts increasing. So this is the standard value which I have taken for the representing the arrow mark here. Then 0.8 to 0.9 is the action friction here. Okay, these are the text coordinations. Then I have taken a arrow props that dict off face color black. So for this arrow props, I want to give a color, that I have given block black, and the shrink 0.0 0.05. That is, if I just change the value here, the arrow mark starts moving left or right here. Okay, so for that I have to give 0.5. It depends according to the actual sizing you have given for the block or a graph. Okay, then font size I have given 10 for the values which I have taken as raised interrupted, sorry. So if I increase the value, according to that the font will be increased. Then horizontal alignment right. So I have taken right. If I take left, it will be turned this side. And vertical alignment is top. So at the top I have taken this and it is showing like this. Then I am going to represent the plotting of the graph.